How's it going, everybody? I am coming at you today from Magic Kingdom here at Walt Disney World. I'm here for a special reason. I am going to be celebrating Disneyland's 70th, but at Magic Kingdom. Obviously, I wish I could be out at Disneyland. The grand celebration started today, the day that I'm recording this, May 16th, and I can't be there. Oh my gosh, the train. This is perfect. This is what I wanted right here. I can't be there at Disneyland to celebrate this weekend. I'll be there for work in a couple of weeks, which I'm very excited about. I'm so excited to get to experience all of the fun things that are happening at the park right now at Disneyland. I've never seen Paint the Night Parade. Wondrous Journeys is one of my favorite fireworks shows. Better Together is incredible. There's so many fun things that I can't wait to go check out and see over there for work. But I wanted to feel like I was celebrating my favorite Disney park, Disneyland, and so I figured why not do that here at Magic Kingdom tonight. I'm gonna try my best to just do things that you could do at Disneyland that obviously look a lot different here in Orlando. Maybe get some snacks, ride some rides. I gotta get dinner somewhere. I'm not quite sure where that's gonna be just yet. I might just put a poll on my Instagram and let you guys decide where I eat dinner, what resembles it the most. But I'm super excited. Let's have fun hanging out. It's been a wild week. Francie had some health complications this week that gave us a little bit of a scare, but she is good. Zoe's good. There's a lot happening in our personal life right now and in work as well. The grand opening of Epic Universe happens this week, which I'm very excited about. I will be out there for work, but I also will be there in a couple of days to get some vlogs for you guys from Epic as well. So stay tuned for all the fun, but tonight, let's celebrate Disneyland at Walt Disney World. Alright, so we're in Town Square, and obviously our Town Square here in Orlando is very different than what they've got over at Disneyland. And you know, one of the things that I always appreciate at Disneyland is going to see the lamp that is on in their fire station. And while we do not have that, you know, might as well just take a second. Let's go check out the fire station and see what's new inside. Honestly, haven't been inside of this building in a while, and I'm excited to check it out. I do feel like one day it would be cool. No, Disneyland's the original park. We don't need a lamp here. That's where Walt was. Let's head inside. So they have a special display going on inside of the fire station, and you can see patches collected from heroes from around the world. That is so exciting. And there are so many patches in here. I see Dallas. Shout out to all my Texas friends. This is so cool. I'm so interested to know how they got all of these patches. Who did they reach out to? That's got to be such a special moment for anybody that knows someone that has a patch in here. If you guys know anything about it, please comment leave a comment, because I'm very interested. Niles Fire Department. My parents are from Niles, Michigan. I wonder if that's Niles. Be interested to look that up and see. Got California in here. Shout out to all of the California firefighters. I know that they have been facing so much. They had a rough year. This is so cool. I love it. Also, another fun fact, little detail that I like in here is that you've got the Dalmatians. There's another Dalmatian down here, and he is checking out the bones. This is really cool. I love all these fire patches a lot. I could probably spend a long period of time just standing in here and reading every single one of them. But we've got more park to experience. Alright, we're rounding the corner here on Main Street, USA. Definitely a different vibe than Disneyland, that is for sure. It is not the same. Definitely different size. Definitely a different size of castle down at the end of Main Street for sure. I love both for different reasons. Let's go into the Emporium. So the Emporium has currently been going under some renovations. They're updating a lot of it inside. This is kind of like the first room that you walk into. I'm excited to see it once it's all finished, but from what I've seen so far and what they've done, and I can show you that in some of the other rooms, it's looking pretty good. Let's check out some of the merch though. I'm seeing some new things. All right, I like this shirt. I don't know if the color's showing up really well on the camera, but it's like very pastel colored and they have different options. Like got the 4 park icons on there. I love it. You've got this princess pullover as well. Very nice. I feel like this is like a very trendy item for sure. They've been releasing a lot of princess merchandise recently. I like it. Roosevelt's has been showing up in the parks and all around Walt Disney World property quite a bit lately, which is so exciting. I know a lot of people that wear these shirts. I have a lot of friends that wear them. I personally have never worn one before. I don't own any Roosevelt's, but it's been on my list of things to try out. They're very lightweight, and I really like this one because, speaking of Disneyland 70, this is pretty iconic. Tiki birds. We've got Star Wars, Haunted Mansion. That's iconic. Very nice. We also have a Mickey Mouse version that has Mickey Mouse in his different forms on here as well. I like Space Mickey. That's awesome. We're starting to see some of the Americana merchandise show up, but this is a pullover, not gonna lie, Florida summer. This doesn't compute. Definitely not a 4th of July item for the summers in Florida. But baseball jerseys are like a thing. Like they're all popping up all over the place, and I really like this one. I am kind of tempted. I feel like this is solid. What's on the back? Very nice. They also have a dad hat with Mickey and some Americana shorts as well. Very cool. This is a look. We also have the Lug Americana bag. Lug bags are a personal favorite of mine. My black bag that you see me wearing in my videos and on social media all the time is Lug. I literally use it every time I come to the parks. These things always have so many pockets. They're so handy, comfortable, great quality. I love it. Here is the Americana ringer tee that they've released for this year. I'm always interested to see what like the new designs look like every year, so this is cool. I like it. This Spirit jersey has been around for a while, but I really, really like it. It's Magic Kingdom specific, but all of the letters have certain icons from around the park. Magic Kingdom is my favorite park here at Walt Disney World because of the nostalgia and the memories that I have here, so big fan of the Spirit jersey. Here's a look at some of the Emporium post-renovation. I'm liking the flooring in here. It looks very nice. Everything feels fresh and clean, but it also feels very open, which I appreciate. Sometimes the Emporium, actually a lot of times the Emporium gets very crowded, so I feel like having more of an open concept is a huge win for this store. This room looks completely different. These registers are brand new. I have not seen these before. It's been a while since I've been back at Magic Kingdom, but yeah, this is all brand new. I haven't seen this. This used to be the room where they used to have a lot of like home good items, but I like it. I'm glad that they added more registered. I think that that's huge. That's going to be super helpful. Don't forget though, mobile checkout is the way to go at the Emporium for sure. Okay, so the Emporium was busy. Far more busy than I anticipated. Main Street itself feels very busy. When I first walked into the park, I was like, oh, it doesn't feel very crowded at all. That was an optical illusion because it definitely felt busy in the Emporium, which makes me interested. I have not looked at wait times yet to see what like the rest of the park is like. So let's check out wait times. I'm gonna get some pictures in front of the castle. But yeah, feels like a busy day. It's May 16th, so I feel like middle of May is usually like not the busiest. It's not peak. We're not quite there yet. Memorial Day is ahead of us, but I don't know. Let's check out the wait times. All right, let's check out some of the wait times. I always start by looking at Seven Dwarfs Mine Train to see what the wait time for that is. 70 minutes, which is actually not terrible. 15 for Little Mermaid. I mean, so far, Peter Pan 55, 30 for Haunted Mansion. None of these look like completely terrible. 55 for Tiana's. What is Tron? 70? That's honestly not that bad. Interesting. 35 for Space Mountain? Alright. Well, everybody's at the Emporium, I guess. Let's just take a moment to appreciate the castle. I always love this spot because you can see it like reflecting off of the water. It's just beautiful. When I'm personally at Disneyland, I typically always start in Fantasyland, so I feel like that's what I have to do while I'm here at Magic Kingdom. Although that's not usually my move when I'm here at Magic Kingdom. Usually when I'm just a typical Magic Kingdom day, I go to Tomorrowland, which just so happens to be my favorite land in Magic Kingdom. but not in California. In California, it's definitely Fantasyland. So see what, some fun stuff we can find here in Fantasyland in Orlando. The back of our castle is always so good, and I always feel like it's such a prime photo spot. If you can't get a solid picture in the front of the castle, definitely come to the back, because I think it's beautiful. The carousel to me is like quintessential Fantasyland. It also makes me think of Walt and his original dream, but also this sun glare is doing something for the camera right now. I love it. I think one of the things that I will always like wish that we could have here at Walt Disney World, that they have at Disneyland, are just the way that the characters roam and interact. And I understand why that would not work here. I completely get it. But it makes me sad that we don't have those experiences because I think they create such magical moments. Like walking through Fantasyland makes me think of it the most because I think it's so prevalent over there. But yeah, I get it, I understand why. I was hoping to maybe meet a character. Maybe we'll see Mickey on the way out. But for now, Teacups has a 5-minute wait. And while I prefer the Disneyland version because it's outside and the flowers are incredible, I love some teacup action. So let's go get on the teacups and pretend like we're at Disneyland together. All right, we're on. I went with the orange teacup because orange is my favorite color. Also, I do not intend on spinning right now. I do not think my stomach can handle it. But while I say I love Disneyland's version a little more because of the aesthetic and how just like being outdoors in the California weather, it's beautiful. I do appreciate that ours is covered here in Florida because if it wasn't, the weather delays would really mess with it for sure. But I also love here in Florida how it gets overlays for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party and the Christmas party as well. And the music changes, there's lights, it's just so much fun, it's a vibe. I'm also really appreciating, this is like a little squirrel moment for you, but I'm really appreciating watching the gimbal like try to follow my face as we rotate around right now. I hope this is not making you all dizzy at home. Alright, so I asked everybody on my story on Instagram where I should eat tonight, what resembles Disneyland the most, and everybody is saying the Plaza restaurant, which I do not disagree. Right now, it looks like there is some availability on the walk-up list, but I just need to get closer to the restaurant to try to join that. It looks like it's about a 35-minute wait. I'm gonna get closer, see if we can check in, and see if we can make it on the Plaza. There were no reservations available when I checked on the app, but joining the walk-up list is actually a really good strategy to use. You just have to get a little bit closer in proximity to the restaurant to do it. So, fingers crossed. Okay, so I'm walking through the hub, and I'm still having some issues. It's not registering that I'm like close enough, so I'm just gonna go ask the cast members at the front of the restaurant. But I did notice walking through the hub, there are a lot of people like sitting already for fireworks, which is very interesting to me. Like, it's almost 8 o'clock, so I guess we're getting closer. But I'm excited. I love the hype for Happily Ever After. I'm wearing it on my t-shirt tonight. Excited some people are pumped for it. All right, so I went and talked to one of the cast members. It's very interesting. So they can accommodate a party of 5 right now, but they can't accommodate a party of 1. They said there's smaller tables, there's not as much availability. So they said just keep checking the app and see if something shows up. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna hang out here in the hub, and I think I'm gonna get a little pre-snack before dinner and get a churro. All right, I've acquired the churro. Okay, I don't want it to come across like I'm like just knocking Walt Disney World the entire time, because I love this place. I have so many special memories here, but I will not lie. The Disneyland churros are typically better than the Walt Disney World churros. I think they're more fresh. Now I will say, this one definitely feels very warm, which has me very optimistic about the experience. Also, I'm standing next to the spring roll cart, and I do think that we have a win there. Like a pepperoni spring roll, game changer. Cheers. Here's to you, Disneyland. Okay. It is definitely warm. It's definitely more fresh than they typically are. But it's not just Disneyland. Alright, so the cast member was super kind and got me on the wait list for Plaza. So we'll be eating at Plaza tonight. I am going to, they said it would be like a 40 minute wait. So I'm going to just go find another attraction to do while we wait. I'm going to check out the wait times. I'm not quite sure what that's going to look like because I don't want to get so far into an attraction and then not be able to get back for it. So let's go see what we can find. there is no wait for the Swiss family treehouse. So might as well do a nice little walkthrough. It's been a minute since I've been able to walk through the treehouse, and that's an attraction that they have over at Disneyland. Although recently Disneyland renovated theirs, and I have been able to walk through it over there. It's incredible. The details are amazing. But yeah, let's go spend some time in Adventureland. Here is a Florida staple and tradition that I'm particularly thankful for. That's right, Orange Bird. They don't have that in California. Although they should. Another little fact about Nick at Magic Kingdom, Skipper Canteen is one of my favorite restaurants. It is a sleeper restaurant. I don't feel like people appreciate it enough. The food is delicious. There's incredible options, especially if you're gluten sensitive or if you have a gluten allergy. It's a great place for you. There's great options there. I love it. And usually, like, there's availability. Usually you can get reservations for sure. So if you've never been to Skipper Canteen, go check it out. But it's time to walk through the treehouse. It is so peaceful and quiet over here, which is welcoming, because let me tell you, it is busy at Magic Kingdom today. It was busy the last time that I was at Walt Disney World when we came for May the 4th. I love to see it. I love seeing our parks busy and being appreciated, but it's hopping. Welcome to the Swiss family treehouse. We're just gonna spend some time together and walk along. You know, in terms of like childhood memories, I actually don't have a ton of childhood memories coming to this treehouse. Like, it's not something that I remember a lot of. I do remember watching the movie as a kid, and I remember being a little intimidated by it for sure, but I love this. This is a great opportunity to get some shade, some really good views of Magic Kingdom, but also if you have kiddos, I think it's such an awesome opportunity to get some of their energy out, because they're just gonna wanna like go and climb all of these stairs. And as parents, we love wearing out the kiddos. But we're coming up on one of my personal favorite views at the Magic Kingdom in general. I love this so much. Love the details. Who's playing that piano? Is it a ghost house? This is it. This is my favorite. One of my favorite views in all of Magic Kingdom is right here. I love it so much. Let's go up a little bit higher. This right here. I mean, can you beat it? Look at it. Look at the castle off in the distance. It's like perfectly framed with the trees. I love this so much. I'm such an advocate for stopping and paying attention to the details. This is the Jungle Lookout sign. In this compound, we often pause to contemplate our small world. Here, adventure beckons with every view and every sound. The jungle and its river call out their mystery and invite us to new discovery. I love that so much. All right, now I'm interested. What memories do you guys have of the treehouse? Do you always visit when you come to Walt Disney World? Do you always at least have to visit and do a walkthrough? Do you have memories from your childhood at the treehouse? Let me know. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm very fascinated. I'll forever wonder how they keep this avocado so fresh. My avocados turn brown like minutes within cutting them in half. And also, it's just like the perfect cut. This is so relaxing. Take a few seconds and just enjoy the ambiance of the running water. That was fantastic. That's exactly what I needed. I was feeling a little overstimulated, I'm not gonna lie. There was just a lot happening, and I'm getting used to this. I'm getting used to long form content. So walking through the crowds that I was walking through, it just felt very overwhelming to me. It's also just been an overwhelming week. Francie, like I said, has had some medical stuff going on, and so we've been just like monitoring that, and we're getting closer to Zoe's arrival, which is, you know, exciting, but also brings a level of anxiousness. It brings a level of anxiety for me. A little bit of backstory, a little bit of history. When Luke was born, it was pretty tough. It was pretty traumatic. Francie was in labor for 40 hours. Francie had to have an emergency C-section. So having gone through that process, there's definitely some angst leading up to Zoe's arrival, and I think that goes for both Francie and I. So any sort of like complication, any sort of minor complication definitely makes us, you know, even more stressed. And we've just been through so much to get to this point. So because it's been such a crazy week, my brain has just felt like it's all over the place. And again, it's not just personal. Work is also just extremely busy right now. So I've been all over the place, and then coming into a very crowded theme park, it's like, whoa, what's happening? But it's been nice. It's been nice to just kind of chill, relax, go get some dinner in a little bit. But I do want to go visit a couple of other attractions that you could do over at Disneyland as well. All right, so a couple of other attractions that you could do at Disneyland to celebrate its 70th anniversary is Jungle Cruise, and then further down in Adventureland, it's Pirates of the Caribbean. I am not going to do either of those tonight just because I'm a little worried that if I were to get onto one of those attractions or get into the queue for one of those attractions, Jungle Cruise has a 30-minute wait and Pirates is a little bit less than that. But if I were to get in the queue and then wait to get on the ride, those are a little bit longer rides, and I'm nervous that I would get my text about dinner and then be stuck, and I don't want to miss the plaza. So we're not going to ride those tonight. But those are great options for sure to celebrate 70 years of Disneyland. It's so nostalgic to be able to do that. It's so nostalgic to be able to celebrate that park and the influence that it had here at the Magic Kingdom. Obviously, we would not have Magic Kingdom if it weren't for Disneyland. So very thankful for its older sister. Just because we cannot do Pirates of the Caribbean right now, which is a 20-minute wait, not bad at all. Just because we're not going to do that right now doesn't mean that we can't go check out some pirate merch. Also, I am so excited because we're getting more and more details about the bar that's going to be here, the pirate-themed bar that will be here in Adventureland, and I cannot wait for its arrival. I'm hoping that maybe we get it a little bit later this summer. It would be so iconic if it was here for the Halloween season, because you better believe we'd be pirates at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Checking out some of the merchandise, and I don't think I've ever seen some of this stuff for the kiddos. This is a really cool little Pirates of the Caribbean hat with the fray on it. I like that a lot. They also have a little golden book of Pirates of the Caribbean, and I did notice at the front of the store they had a Jungle Cruise version of this. Oh, there it is. Look at all the attractions. I love this. This is so fun. And to match the hat, they have this like flannel jacket. I love this. It's got a hood on it. A+ Disney. Big fan. All right, so many of you may know that I'm a big fan of football in general, but I'm particularly a big fan of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and all of this stuff is stuff that I could wear to those games. I do have this Spirit jersey. I really like this one a lot. It's just plain on the front and says Pirates of the Caribbean, but I like the details on this a lot. Some good stuff. Here's a hot take for you. Most people prefer Disneyland's version of Pirates of the Caribbean. I prefer ours. And the reason is that ours is a little bit shorter, and I kind of like that. I know I'm probably in the minority there, but if you are with me, comment down below. And if you're not with me, that's okay. Another 2 attractions that you can do here at the Magic Kingdom that are also over at Disneyland is Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which is a little bit different. The ride vehicles are different here than they would be over at Disneyland, and from what I've heard, I've never experienced it over at Disneyland, but you do get more wet at the Disneyland version. I'm not going to ride this tonight. Again, still waiting on that text for dinner, but also don't really feel like getting wet tonight. And the other attraction is Big Thunder Mountain, which you guys can kind of see the crane right here. They have been working hard on Big Thunder Mountain. It is closed for the entire year of 2025, and I can honestly say I miss it so much. I'm ready for it to be open. I'm ready for it to be back. I don't know exactly what they're doing. They haven't made specific announcements about it. There's a lot of speculation that it has something to do with the expansions that we're getting here eventually at Magic Kingdom, with a Cars Land coming to Magic Kingdom, and then obviously at D23 this past year, they announced that we will be getting a Villains Land eventually as well. So there's a lot of speculation as to what's going on with Big Thunder Mountain. Either way, I miss it, and I'm ready for it to come back. If I were not waiting for dinner, I would absolutely be getting a Dole Whip right now. It's another one of my favorite Disney snacks. I particularly love, there's a version of the Dole Whip here where they take coconut soft serve and they put it in Pog juice. Pog juice is a staple here at Walt Disney World for sure. And so if I were to get one, it's probably what I would go with. But I do love a classic Dole Whip as well. I particularly like it if it's a swirl. Years ago, during the holidays, they did a Dole Whip that had like a pistachio soft serve, and it with chai tea, next level. And I'll forever hope that it returns. Okay, so I was making my way over to Haunted Mansion or It's a Small World. I was having a hard time deciding which one of those I wanted to do. Personal preference, It's a Small World, but I feel like Haunted Mansion is also very iconic, and both of those are very iconic attractions to Disneyland. That being said, I just got the text that they'll be ready to sit me within like 15 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is, my Instagram story, I'm gonna put a poll and let those that are following along live right now decide whether I'm going to go to Haunted Mansion or It's a Small World, and you all will find out based on their results after dinner. Let's go get some food. We did it, we made it. Here's my table. I'm so excited. Let's check out the menu. Okay, here's a quick look at the menu. It is pretty loud in here, so I'm not gonna film the entire dinner, and I don't wanna be disruptive to other people that are eating. And here's a look at some of the entrees. For a period of time, and I think it was during the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World, they had a Monte Cristo sandwich here. It looks like it's off the menu now. I feel like that would be quintessential Disneyland for sure. But I decided to go with the club sandwich. That's what I was thinking already, and my waiter recommended it, so there you have it. All right, here's a quick look at the dessert menu. The cast member did tell me that this s'mores cake is new to the menu, and it looks so good. Cotton candy cheesecake, a lot of ice cream options, and then some solid looking milkshakes as well. I think I'm gonna pass on dessert tonight, but I definitely need to come back one day for that s'mores cake. That's what friends are. Well, that was an epic way to end the dinner. Dinner was so good. That turkey sandwich was absolutely delicious. It was so big. The turkey was cut very thick. The fries were tasty. The dessert menu looked amazing. But I decided to opt out, obviously, and went for a mint julep from Casey's. Grabbed this, and you guys, as you saw, as I was walking out, got to see the end of Happily Ever After. I love that show so much. I was actually getting a little choked up watching it, thinking about the fact that the next time that I watch it could be with Zoe and the rest of the family. I'm not ready. Anyways, we're gonna go ride the attraction that you all decided on Instagram that I should ride, which is overwhelmingly Haunted Mansion. Gonna do that and see if we have time to meet Mickey Mouse, but so far it's been a really special evening. Let's go see some ghost hosts. All right, we're headed into Haunted Mansion, and it's a 13-minute wait, which is what we love to see. Okay, I do appreciate Haunted Mansion at Disneyland a little more. Actually, probably a lot more. I think it's because it's in New Orleans Square, and that is one of my favorite areas in Disneyland. It just matches the vibe of Haunted Mansion so well. So, you know, it's not one of my favorite attractions at large anyways, so we're doing this for you all today. The irony of good old Fred lying there because a great big rock fell on his head, and now a rock is on top of... Never mind. Looks like we are skipping the pre-show and headed directly for the attraction.
Spirits are frightfully sensitive to bright lights.
hint by ringing a bell. Serpents and spiders, tail of a rat, call in the spirits wherever they're at. Rap on a table, it's time to respond. Send us a message from somewhere beyond.
My head. Incredible. You know, I was thinking about it while we were on the attraction, and while Haunted Mansion is not my favorite, I can definitely appreciate how iconic it is. And I was also thinking about this. I've been at Epic Universe quite a bit lately, covering a lot of content for work, and doing Monsters Unchained over there. I'm thinking about like the comparison, obviously, of like the creepy, like sort of like horror type ride. The combination of the two of those, it's just so cool to think about how far we've come in technology to be able to take like a mansion and make it creepy. But that original concept started with Disneyland. Like, it's really special. It's really cool to think about like how quintessential Disneyland has been, and how incredible Walt Disney was in like the foundation of theme parks and how we experience them today. So I am making my way to the front of the park very quickly because I'd like to see Mickey before the park closes. Alright, so I made it to the front of the park, but I didn't realize it. They shut down the line to meet Mickey 30 minutes before park close. So I never would have made it anyways, which that's okay. Definitely wanted to say hello to Mickey for Disneyland 70, tell him what I was doing here today, but it's totally fine, no big deal. Had a fun evening, got to do a couple of attractions with you guys, got to feel for a second like I was a part of the celebration over at Disneyland, and I know I'll get to do that soon. I get to go do that for work, which I'm very excited and very thankful for. I will not be able to bring you guys along on that adventure because it is a work trip. So this is our way of wishing Disneyland a happy 70th birthday. I hope that as a family we can get out there soon. I miss it, and I definitely want to be able to go back with the rest of the family. So hopefully that'll happen one day. It'll be a little while because, you know, we're weeks away from baby. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. Thanks for following along. I hope you guys had fun with this. Thanks for those of you who were on Instagram voting and sending me recommendations. It's been fun. It's been nice and chill, and I've had a good time. I'm having so much fun vlogging and doing these videos with you guys. So like this video, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you guys so much, and stay tuned. Next week we're gonna have some Epic Universe content coming your way because it is officially opening week for Epic Universe, which is wild. I cannot believe we're here. I'm so excited. We'll see you real soon.